What's going on, guys? Beastly Gamer here. Welcome to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about rage quitting. I've rage quit in video games before. I am the Beastly Gamer and I am guilty. More than likely you or someone you know has rage quit before in a video game. Sometimes it's because you're getting your ass kicked, sometimes it's because the network is bad, sometimes you just rage quit because you're not feeling it. And I've experienced all three. I've had games where I was getting glitched out, I've had games where my opponent was being glitched out, and I've had games where I was getting my ass kicked. And it's myriad games, fighting games, first-person shooters, competitive online arenas. I've felt it all and I've experienced it all. That being said, I've also caused other people to rage quit as well. And so being on both sides of that is a totally different experience. But when you are the person who's winning or doing well and the person rage quits, part of you feels like you were duped. You feel like you were cheated out of the glory that you should be receiving. And some developers who create video games actually create protocols to deal with people who rage quit. Games like The Last of Us, if you're playing the multiplayer factions mode and you do a lot of rage quitting, you're going to lose all your survivors and basically the meta game starts back over. Now I know that game, that's not a big deal. It's just the meta game. But for some people, those points really do matter. Games like Smash Brothers, when you rage quit in that game, there is a time limit before you can actually join back in and play again. So some developers take, especially fighting game developers, take rage quits very, very seriously. I know Tekken Tag did. I know that Tekken 5 did. If you rage quit, you would get a pop-up telling you that you're going to be restricted from playing for a certain period of time because you rage quit the last game. So I've experienced it all. And so Street Fighter 5, which is a game that I haven't played as much as I'd like to, they're having major problems. People are rage quitting all the time. And playing Street Fighter 5, I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'm pretty good. And I've caused my fair share of people to rage quit when I do play the game. It's funny to watch sometimes. You know, you'll see people just stand there and look at you and then they just disappear. And you never really know, the true story of what may be happening on their end. But when you're winning and a person disappears, you feel like you were duped. And so Capcom understands that. The community of Street Fighter 5 has been complaining about this to Capcom. Hey man, we're kicking ass here. I'm constantly beating people up, and when I get to a certain point, they're rage quitting. I'm losing the points that should be accruing, and it's not fair. And Capcom understands that, and luckily for people who play Street Fighter 5, it appears they're going to do something about it. But before they actually do something about it, they're giving you the chance to do something about it. I'll drop a link in the description. Capcom wants Street Fighter 5 players to publicly shame rage quitters. Right now, Capcom doesn't have any way to punish people who disconnect from online Street Fighter 5 matches when they lose. Until they do, the game's publisher is asking people to record rage quitters and put them on blast. In the most recent status update post on the official Capcom Unity site, the publisher says they're still working on a, quote, permanent solution, end quote, for the fact that Street Fighter 5 has no way to punish people who rage quit. The update reiterates that Capcom knows unpunished rage quitters is a plague on the game's community of players and says that punishments will be severe for the crime in question. Direct action on the rage quitting problem is supposed to start next week. Until then, they're asking for players to help in an odd way. Please record every instance of rage quitting you encounter. The best way to do this is to use the share button on the PlayStation 4 after the match is concluded. The update doesn't make it clear where players are supposed to send their evidence of rage quitters, so folks have been throwing YouTube links into the post comments. So this is actually really cool for me. I like that. Public shaming people, some people don't care, but I know that some people do. When you put a person on blast and everybody can see them for what they really are, some people get really irate and pissed off. And so for a lot of people, that's going to be a really, really smart thing, or a thing that's going to kind of scare them out of rage quitting. Plus, in a fighting game, you're playing a person one-on-one, you really don't have too much of an excuse. If you're getting your ass kicked, just take the beating. Don't cheat the person out of the win. Makes me feel good that Capcom is kind of serious about this and they want to, get the community involved on YouTube and on Twitch. And I think it's really, really awesome. I don't know what they're going to be doing next week because they're going to be rolling out these changes that are supposed to streamline the game. I guess make the network a little bit better. There's going to be the first DLC character coming to Street Fighter 5. So a lot of things are going to be happening. And I'm really kind of interested to see what they're going to do as far as the penalty for people rage quitting. I know that, like I said, Smash Brothers, if you quit in that game, you got a period of time before you can play. Tekken 5, I don't know about Tekken Tag, but I know Tekken 5 did the same thing, and so they may go that direction. If you rage quit in Street Fighter, you might have a 10-minute penalty before you're able to get back into the game, and I think that that might work. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section about this whole idea. Do you think that people who rage quit need to be penalized? Do you think that giving them a time limit is good, or is there a more unique and creative way to punish these people? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you're a competitive multiplayer fan and you happen to have Street Fighter V, send me a friend request and we can play. I actually played one of my subscribers right before I went on vacation, and he whooped my ass. So it was a very nice, eye-opening, and humble experience. You guys, be sure to give a thumbs up, show support for the channel, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe now. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.